somebody, if I did that shit, if I fucked another nigga he didn't know, he wouldn't have cared so much.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It was just who it was. That's what made it so bad. It was who it was.
Okay.
It was his friend.
You wanna roll, you wanna ride. We getting money, you know the vibe. We stunting on them, that ain't no lie. We get our blessings from out the sky. You wanna roll, you wanna ride. We getting money, you know the vibe. We stunting on them, that ain't no lie. We get our blessings from out the sky.
And he was like, I think she like you. So like flirt with her. It was on that type time, and then one thing led to another. But
that was his fault setting that.
But he
up.
was still mad at me, and we stopped being cool for a minute because of that. But it did happen that way.
Well, that was the funny thing, you know. Like I said, me and him, even after he found out what I did, we wound up getting back together. Yeah. And I remember saying to him, like, bro, how you forgive me but not him? Like, that's your best friend. Yeah. Like, if you could forgive me, you could forgive him. And I remember him saying, no, fuck that, he phony as shit. And I'm like, well, nigga, I ain't no better. You know, I participated in that shit too. I heard that shit from you too.
But like seeing a situation like that, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't there or I'm not there yet in that type of joint, but I feel like in that situation, a guy would have to choose one or the other. He would choose his bro or his girl, like to continue the relationship.
But I felt as though that he probably should have chose his man
over you.
Yeah, I've always felt that way. That you should have chose your man over me because that's your man. I mean, that's your folks.
But he loved you though. He really loved you.
But you loved your folks too. Y'all live around. Y'all live around. Y'all grew up from each other. Y'all lived around the corner. Both of y'all grandmoms live around the corner from each other.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't no nigga that you just met. This a nigga you been on for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he should have. Yeah.
This your folks.
But he probably was hurt that he didn't tell him though. That's probably. But I don't know. I can't speak for him.
So you don't. But then I get that you were hurt. He didn't tell him, but it was funny because he kept saying like, I'd have never did that shit to him. Like if his girl or his baby mom tried to come at me like that, I'd been like, nigga, like I'd have called them like, yo, what, like tell me how I got your baby mom or your girl in the hotel right now. Like she a cold whore. Like I'd have let that nigga know that shit. And he was like, that nigga ain't let me know shit. Like he fucked you, and then he was hanging around with me, and then you fucking hanging around with me. But I told him, I said, that's your man at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit, I get it. You know, I get it because, you know, we both deceived them. We both lied to them. It definitely had to hurt, like, two different ways. But I ain't even going to hold you because I didn't get off scot-free. You know, even with me and him getting back together, I didn't get off scot-free. Like, I got accused every day of cheating. Mm-hmm. Every fucking day. You know, I got accused all the time. Like my phone was like, you know, my phone had to be, for a minute, my phone had to be subject to fucking random searches at times. You know, so I didn't get off scot-free neither.
But you was willing to walk on eggshells to make it work?
Not walk on eggshells. I felt like I owed him that much to like try to give him a sense of security back. But knowing in my head that once trust is broken, it's broken. Is no way to replace that. Once somebody breaks your trust, it's broken.
Yeah, but it's not like, all right, so it's not like you actually cheated on them. It was when y'all broke up, but it's just who it was.
The fact of the matter is who it was. Yeah. And even though we were broke up, like we still got back together and I didn't tell him what I did.
So do you think if two people together and they break up and let's say they break up for like 2 weeks or
I don't think that's cheating.
No, I'm saying, but do you think that they should tell the other person, well, this?
No, I think you should mind your motherfucking business.
Don't say nothing. What you mean? If they get back together?
Listen, if it was somebody, if I did that shit, if I fucked another nigga he didn't know, he wouldn't have cared so much.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It was just who it was. That's what made it so bad. It was who it was.
Okay.
It was his friend. No, I don't think that information should be told to anybody. Like, what you do, if we're together and we break up and we're broke up for 3-4 weeks, like men automatically assume like a female gotta wait, like she should wait before she go out and fuck somebody else. Why? Y'all niggas ain't waiting.
But that's what I'm saying. I heard women say that though, that it is cheating. It's like we break up for like a week or a couple of days.
It's not fucking cheating.
That's what I was asking you. Like,
just because y'all get back together?
No. Like if let's say I'm talking to somebody and then we break up and then during that week I had sex
because
with, like,
you know why? Because they feel as though it's cheating. Because 9 times out of 10 you probably was already talking to that bitch from the rip. That's why a lot of females see it cheating, because how you just pop up with a bitch a week after we break up? Where this bitch come from? 9 times out of 10 she probably was around already. Niggas think the same way. You break up. If me and you together and we break up and we broke up for a week and then we get back together and then I tell you I fuck somebody within that week, you won't look at me like, damn, where the fuck you meet him at?
Yeah.
Like, where you meet him at? So that nigga had to be in the tuck somewhere. Or unless it's one of your old niggas. But I don't know. Some bitches like to backtrack. I really don't care to backtrack. Mm-hmm. Like, I already hit that. So I already know so I really don't like to backtrack.
So I had this theory that would make relationships work. I had got into like a little debate with somebody I knew. So I just want your opinion on it. So I feel like a relationship only work if both people put that first before everything. Like, they put a relationship before everything, both of them. I mean, how you feel about that?
I feel like a relationship can only work if both people are on the same page. I feel like that people have a tendency to believe this fantasy that don't exist about relationships. It's more to just being in a relationship with somebody. Like, you could love a person, but it got to be more than just love. Mm-hmm. You know, it has to be something else that binds y'all together. And I feel like the only way a relationship can work is if both people are on the same page. You know what I want and I know what you want. I know what you're expecting and you know what I'm expecting. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we don't have these conversations going into a relationship. You know, we find somebody, and that's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. Because as problems pop up in a relationship, we don't know how to handle them at times. But had we had this conversation on what our expectations should be in a relationship, then we would be able to handle these issues a little bit better. We would be able to cope with these situations a little bit better had we had this talk previous. And this only comes from me being in multiple relationships and knowing in my fucking head that I never ever in my life had one conversation about what I want in a relationship. I've never asked anybody I've been with, what do they want in a relationship? What do they expect out of me? What I expect out of them? I've never had that conversation.
I never did either.
I never. So I know that going whatever relationship, my next relationship that I'm going in, or whatever relationship I wind up in, that is going to be a conversation that I'm going to have. That is before, if we're feeling each other and we know that that is where we want to go, before we even make that step to go there with each other, what do you want out of this relationship? What are you looking for? You know, what are your expectations of me?
So, all right. So when do you have that conversation? Because a lot of relationships start off with like two people meeting and they both say they don't really want nothing. They just
stop lying. Stop fucking lying. How you dating somebody but you don't want nothing? What the fuck are you doing? Wasting your time? What are you doing? Stop fucking lying. Stop. Do this. Stop lying to yourself. How about that? You know you want something, but you're afraid that if you tell this person that you want something, then they're gonna run off. let them run the fuck off. That ain't who you supposed to be with.
Yeah.
If me and you are feeling each other and we hanging out and we're vibing, we're doing all that shit, and you know, we go on a date. Oh, I don't want nothing. We could just be cool. No, what the fuck you mean? I'm not sitting here across from you to be cool with you. Listen, this is what I want. Like, I want a real relationship. Like, I want you to pour into me the way I'm about to pour into you. You know, I want you to be there for me the way I am about to be there for you. Like, I want, fuck a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like, what the fuck is 50-50 in a relationship? Nigga, I'm coming with 100. So you better be coming with 100 too. If you only coming with half, you could keep that shit. Take your 50 cent ass on somewhere. Cause I need somebody who's bringing me 100.
Yeah.
Cause 50 and 50 only add up to 100. But if you bring me 100 and I'm coming with 100, that's 200. Now we talking some bread right now.
Yeah.
So we gotta stop lying to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta stop saying that these are not the things that we want, because these are the things that we want. But also, we cannot be walking in with demands and saying what we want and not be willing to give the other person what they need. We can't just be coming with, I want this, I want that. What are you willing to give the other person? Because they have needs and they have wants also.
Yeah.
They want something too. They have expectations too. You have to be willing.
No, yeah, it's perfectly said. Yeah, you gotta clap it up on that one. The sound effect, no, you preaching, yo.
But it's sad because I'm gonna say I'm 41, and it literally took me until I was 35 to actually want to change. And I've been in so many bad, fucked up, toxic relationships that now at 41, I see what it is. But it's limited out here. At 41 is limited. Mm-hmm. You know, the male source is very limited. It's slim pickings. It's next to none. Mm-hmm. You know, and for me to just be with anybody is a complete waste of time. Like, now I feel like I'm running against time to try to actually be with someone and actually build something with someone. I have all the time in the world because my children are grown. Mm-hmm. I'm where I want to be financially. You know, I have a job that I love to do. And it just be feeling like that one thing is missing. But I'm not willing to just be with anybody to fill that void. Like my next relationship will be with my husband. Okay. It is in my head. It is right here. Yeah. Listen, it's in the right here. That's where it's at.
I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
That's it. And it's and it's sad because us as women, especially black women, we tolerate so much shit and we go through so much shit with these motherfuckers. You know, with these niggas. I'm sorry, not all of y'all are bad, but majority of y'all just ain't shit. And we just go through so much shit, but that's our fault. Yeah. You know, that's our fault. We pour into these motherfuckers until we ain't got shit left. We just dried up and empty. I don't want to be like that. I got a little bit more liquid left in my container. like, you know. Yeah. And we don't gotta settle. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what type of female you are. You don't ever have to settle for no nigga. I don't give a fuck if you got 5 kids by 5 different niggas and they just run around the house screaming and you on Section 8, you ain't got no job. You still don't gotta settle, sis. You ain't gotta settle. You can still get whatever man you want. All you gotta do is put the work into you to make you better. That's it. Because as you're working to put the work inside of you to make you better, God definitely going to send you who you should be with. Mm-hmm. Like I told my ex nigga, you got to move out my way because you stint. My husband is somewhere out there. You just taking I need you to move. Because he out there. I manifest my husband every day. I'm telling you, I do. I manifest my husband every day. I talk to him when I wake up. I don't know where he at. I don't know his name, nothing. But he's here. I talk to him in my head. I be like,
so I got like 2 questions for you before we wrap. So one, how much time do you think you would need after that, or how much time do you think people should take in between like relationships ending to start dating again or getting to know somebody new?
I hate that. Like, how much time from a breakup? Yeah, it all depends.
A serious commitment.
I feel like you should give your time. You should give yourself some time to heal. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like you should sulk in it, and I don't feel like you should wait in it. I feel like that you should get back into the routine of being by yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's hard for a lot of people. You know, I've learned throughout my breakups that I don't like to be by myself. That's the uncomfortable feeling that I don't like. And that's why I would return back to a fucking shitty ass relationship, because I don't like that uncomfortable feeling. But it's okay to be uncomfortable. That's when growth and when change comes, when you're uncomfortable. Okay. So I feel as though that a person should take as much time as they feel as though they need. If you feel like you want to take a month, a week, a day, that's your business. Okay. I can't tell you when to heal, and can't nobody else. But I do feel like you should take some, especially if it was a toxic and draining relationship. I definitely feel like you should take some time, at least, I want to say at least like a good 4 months before you actually start the date again, because that shit really does something to the psyche. It does something to the mental. When you go through a traumatic, toxic relationship, it does something to the self-esteem, and a lot of times us women, we don't fix that. We don't take that time away to kind of get us back, to kind of, work back to knowing who we are, working back to getting our self-esteem back, work back to getting our mental right, and I feel like, with I tell any black woman, get therapy. I tell any black woman, go to therapy, because therapy has helped me a lot. It has helped me a whole bunch. It's helped me to deal with certain issues. It's helped me to compartmentalize my feelings. It's helped me do a lot. It's helped me control my impulses, think about stuff before I'm doing them. And it's really helped me gain my own self-esteem back, and know that I don't need this. I'm worthy. I deserve better. Mm-hmm. I know I deserve better. Nigga, I deserve better than you. It's a man out here who is deserving of everything that I have to give him, and I'm deserving of everything he has to give me. So I say, like, if you've been in an abusive relationship, if you've been in a toxic relationship, if it's been, if it's affected your mental health, if it has drained you, then you really should really take that time out to focus on you. Okay. And get what you need from you, because if you don't take that time out, it doesn't matter what happens. You're only going to repeat the same mistakes. Nobody can make you happy but you. You're responsible for your own happiness.
I like that. We should have ended the show on that one. Yeah. I still got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna to chop that and put this before that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I like the way that was great. Yeah. All right, so like, what's some signs of like a toxic from your experience, or just in general? What are signs of like a toxic relationship, or that a relationship is toxic?
Lack of communication. You know, I believe that communication is the key. Yeah. I also believe that when you're with someone, when you're in a relationship with my love language, mine. And a lot of people don't know their love language. Mm-hmm. But my love language is communication. I want to talk. Yeah, I want to talk all day, every day. I want to know what's going on with you. And I want you to tell me what's going on. And I want to tell you what's going on with me. Okay. Right? If we're going through something, I don't want to yell and scream. Because fuck arguing. Okay? Because arguing don't get us nowhere. Okay? I'm past arguing. We can sit here all fucking day and argue with each other and yell and scream and be mad. Fuck. What's the solution to the problem that can we have a conversation about the solution to the problem that we're having? Because if we're just arguing, then it's ineffective. We're not doing shit. We're not making anything happen. But when you stop and you talk to each other and we figure out a solution to our problem, that ceases the argument. Cause now we came up with the solution together. So you understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where you're coming from. So there is no reason for either of us to still be arguing about a situation that we just dissolved.
No, you're right about that.
So I feel as though that communication is always the key. If you cannot talk to your significant other, it that burns me up. You know. When you say to your significant other, I can't never talk to you. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why can't you never? Why you don't like to talk to the person that you lay next to every night? How do y'all fuck each other and y'all don't talk to each other? How?
Yeah.
I want to talk to my man when we fucking. I want to communicate while we fucking.
I feel you, yeah.
I can't even do that. Oh no,
that's crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That I feel like if there's a lack of communication, also blatant disrespect, just blatant disrespect.
But what could be considered blatant disrespect?
I mean, you know how these niggas get. They get mad. They want to call you every name, but the name your mama gave you. So I mean that, and I also feel, and this is just me. I don't know if anybody else feel this way, but I feel like when you disregard my feelings, I feel disrespected. That's disrespecting me. Like, you're blatantly going to disregard my feelings and how I feel about something. My feelings are fucking valid. I'm a human. I'm a person. You know. Also, I also it's so many fucking red flags, and we just like to throw bleach on them motherfuckers and watch them turn pink. It's not red, it's pink. That shit was red. It's so many red fucking flags. Like, I feel as though and that's another thing. A lot of us women will bypass red flags. We'll just bypass them joints.
Why do y'all do that?
Honestly, because we act like we could change that motherfucker. 9 times out of 10, no, we can't change that nigga. Lord Jesus. If his motherfucking mama couldn't do it, what makes you think you can? Girl. Like, my ex used to get upset because I used to always tell him his mother did a disservice. I'm like, I don't know how she raised you, but she did a fucking disservice. But you gotta, for me to say that, you clearly understand that there was no respect. Like, I didn't respect him. When I stop and I think about all the shit that happened in that relationship and all the shit that I did in that relationship, all the shit he did in the relationship, neither one of us respected each other.
So let's close on that question. I ask you, so what are things that can cause a man to lose respect from his woman in a relationship? or cause women to lose respect for
a
her
lot
man.
of these men don't know how to respect themselves, so they don't know how to respect the person that they with.
That's it.
I mean,
No, I got you.
that's how I would look at it. You know, I knew off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
just based off of the stuff that my ex did, that he didn't have no respect for himself nor anybody else.
Okay.
He didn't care about himself nor anybody else. Mind you, he has, you know, he got 4 motherfuckers out here that look just like him, and he,
Okay, I feel you.
you know, it's
Yeah.
like, and I used to always ask him, like, nigga, you got people out here that you responsible for. Like, how are you not responsible for these people?
Yeah.
You got motherfuckers who got the same fucking face as you. How are you not responsible for these folks?
Yeah.
You know? But then again, that's none of my business, because I'm responsible for the folks that I got. So,
No.
I mean, then again, that's none of my business, you know? And I'm not one to like to tell people what they should do, you know? But I knew off the bat, just based off of the stuff that he did, that he didn't have any respect for anybody. So I could never expect him to respect me. I could never expect him to respect me.
And that made you lose respect for him?
I believe that a lot of things that I saw, it just made me not have any respect for him. Okay. I didn't gain any respect.
So is the relationship, my fault not to chop you, is the relationship over once a woman loses respect for the man?
Yes, I believe so.
Is
But
there
a woman will stay even if she doesn't have respect for that man. She will do other shit. Like cheat. Call them pussies, bitches.
So is there a
Throw
way?
them out. Nigga, this my shit, not yours. Nigga, give me my car keys. Broke ass nigga.
Is there a way for the man to earn his respect back from the woman? Once
I think the only way a man can actually earn his respect back is to actually work on gaining the respect back. But he has to do the work. And a lot of these men, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to. It's extremely hard for them to actually, they've been this way for so long. You know, it's like I don't know if I told you, I work with drug addicts. So it's like what I tell them. Everything else around you is changing except for you. Like everything else, if you look around, nothing ever stays the same. Not even in everyday life. Everything changes every day. But if you're the only thing that isn't changing, then you're lost. You're just lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're so used to something being some way, but it's not that way anymore. And a lot of these men would just rather stay lost. Or they will find somebody just as lost as them.